Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and this is the James Mattis Christmas story. I was originally going to upload this as part of my annual Christmas special, but I saw on Twitter this morning that Joe Biggs was asking Marines to tell him why Mad Dog Mattis is going to be a great Secretary of Defense. So for Alex Jones and Joe Biggs over at InfoWars, I'm going to split this little bit off and tell them in this short little video why this Marine thinks that he would be a great Secretary of Defense. Now, last week, when Donald Trump announced that James Mad Dog Mattis was going to be the new Secretary of Defense, Marines all over the world jumped up out of their chairs and cheered, confident in the knowledge that Almighty God was smiling down upon them. Most civilians, though, don't know much about James Mattis except the quotes that they've read in the newspapers, the quotes that he's famous for. Quotes like, I come in peace. I didn't bring artillery. I'm pleading with you with tears in my eyes. If you fuck with me, I'll kill you all. And then there's find the enemy that wants to end this experiment in American democracy and kill every one of them until they're so sick of the killing that they leave us and our freedoms intact. And then there's my personal favorite, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everybody that you meet. Now that's Knife Hand Marine Corps. But James Mattis has a soft side too. He's a big old teddy bear. And this is one of the reasons why he is one of the most beloved Marines since Chesty Puller. I never had the honor of serving with General Mattis because when he was the weapons company commander in 3-3, I was in 1-3, and our paths never really crossed, even though we were both stationed at Kaneohe Bay. So I'm going to have to give you a secondhand account. This comes from General Krulak, Charles Krulak, who was the Commandant of the Marine Corps. And he says that when he was Commandant, every year he and his wife would bake hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cookies, Christmas cookies. And then they'd package them up in these small bundles. And then on Christmas Day, the general would load his vehicle at about 0400, and he'd drive around to the various Marine Guard posts that were there in Washington, D.C. and Annapolis and Baltimore. And he'd deliver a small package of Christmas cookies to whatever Marine happened to be on duty that day. He said that one year, he went to Quantico, and when he went to the guard shack and he gave a package of cookies to the Lance Corporal who was on duty, and then he asked, "Who's the officer of the day?" And the Lance Corporal replied, "Sir, that would be Brigadier General Mattis." And General Krulak said, No. I know who General Mattis is, son. What I want to know is who is the officer of the day today on Christmas Day. And the Lance Corporal said, "Sir, that would be Brigadier General Mattis." And General Krulak was getting a little bit annoyed at this time, and he looked at the bunk in the back and he said, "Son, I want to know who spent the night in that rack last night." And Lance Corporal said, "Sir, that would be Brigadier General Mattis." Well, about this time, Brigadier General Mattis walks in his duty uniform carrying a sword. And General Krulak says to him, "Jim, what are you doing on duty? This is Christmas, you should be off." And General Mattis told him that the officer that had been scheduled for duty on Christmas Day had a family, and that he felt that young man should be home with his family instead of standing guard on Christmas Day. So General Mattis was walking the duty for him. That's the kind of man that Jim Mattis is. He loves his Marines. He's a good Marine himself, and he's the kind of man that people will fight and live and die for. They'll charge the very gates of hell for. That's the kind of man we need as our Secretary of Defense, and that's why James Mattis is going to be a great one. I'd like to remind everybody to watch out for my Christmas special. It's coming up in just a couple of days. Once again, we've partnered with the Alpina Bikers Coalition, and through our Bike Fest and Ride the Toys for Kids, we've raised over $6,000, and we're going to be wrapping these toys up and giving them to kids who would otherwise not have a Christmas. Go to bobpowell.blogspot.com, drop me a donation or two. Between now and Christmas, 10% of whatever donation comes in, I'm going to donate to that fund and buy some toys myself. So don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, my name is Bob Powell. God bless, Semper Fi, Hoorah, and Merry Christmas!
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral with your host, Bobby Powell. Make sure to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter at The Truth is Viral. Like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, and if you can, please remember to donate to the cause via PayPal at www.paypal.me/TruthIsViral. bobpowell.blogspot.com.
Back runner.